folks, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. That's Coconut and Clifford, and I'm JR. And on this day, I was working on my 1988 Toyota 4Runner. Um, this one's getting the Mercedes OM617 Turbodiesel, and I cut the core support and everything because I'm not using it in the swap, and I was curious if the Mercedes radiator would fit. I've seen other people use it. I posted this picture to Facebook, and people just lost their minds like, why don't you get a radiator that fits? Yeah, I never thought of that. Like, they sell them in AutoZone right next to the Plastidip, bro. Like, totally just have Mercedes 4x4 Toyota radiators there. Um, so it was about an inch short on each side. As you see, there's my general solution to most problems in life that bother me. I went in, zipped an inch off of each side, and it wasn't that bad. I wasn't sure if it could sit on the cross member or not. There's a cross member down below, but once I cut it, it was pretty straightforward to get it in there. It amuses me that there are people out there who can't imagine just fabricating things and how things work when they're not stock. I don't draw everything up in CAD. I just get out there and see what hits and what fits. So that bumper I'm never going to use. I don't care at all about it. That bumper is made out of, like, I don't know, 20 gauge sheet metal. You can see it there. It's just singles. That's never going to protect anybody from anything. The center is where the winch will go. I'll put some kind of wings on it. We'll see. But as you see here, if you can see, that's the hood latch. I can probably put it back on. It's low enough. But as you see here, it's behind that front cross member right here. I don't know at this point if that's going to work with the length of the 617 and the mechanical fan. I just really won't know until I put it in, so I kind of want to hesitate doing anything further with that bumper. I went up there and messed around with it with a winch plate that I've had for quite a while, but I think that cross member is probably going to have to be cut down because I think it's going to have to come forward. And that's probably what I'm jabbering about here. But all in all, it winds up, the hood shuts, the grill goes back on. It is in front of the core support. If I set it on that core support, it's too tall and the hood pops open. So I don't really feel like spending $200 for some custom radio. I don't feel like spending $100. I don't feel like spending any money on a radiator for this thing. If I can get the stock Benz one to fit, then I can use the stock Benz hoses, which I still have, and the stock sealed overflow and everything else. So that's kind of what's driving my want to do that. But again, until I get the engine in, I just won't really know what I need to do there. So just for fun, I was being somewhat sincere when I threw the Turbodiesel emblem in the grill, but I threw the Mercedes emblem from the back of the car on there too. It's actually, I don't intend to keep this grill at all. In my opinion, this grill looks like a D50 grill from the 80s, and I really don't dig it. So I was just having some fun with this one. But it did upset all the 4Runner purists again. So what I actually did want to do, I bought this, I think it's an 83 grill off of Parts Geek or something like that. I like the older style grill, and then I photoshopped the center of the bumper back in. That's a Photoshop. So I did that so people would focus on the part that matters and not the part that I don't care about. But ultimately, in the end, I believe I'm going to go ahead and go with round lights like this. Like, to me, this is what I think of when I think of a Toyota mini truck, and it's classic, and the round lights match Daryl. I like it better. I'm certainly not going to prioritize it right now. I just bought the grill because it was like 25 bucks, but yeah, a ways off yet, but it'll kind of be like that. And you see the grill, the blinkers are in the bumper, so that means I have to add wings or something like that to it. But ironically, at the same time that I was posting my pictures, there was another guy on the group posting his. And, why somebody with absolutely no imagination who can't possibly fathom anything but bolt-on parts was trying to berate me because my radiator didn't fit when it was not at all in its final location. It's not in its final location now. But anyway, somebody else posted this rig they bought that was already swapped, and to me that appears to be the factory Mercedes radiator sitting on that cross member. So maybe there is room, and I just need to try a little harder. These kinds of things are always, trial and error and guesswork. So that's part of the fun, I guess. In the end, progress is being made on this thing. I spoke with a machinist who has the block. He unfortunately came down with COVID, and was off for quite a while. But he's back now. I believe that he finished the block. Well, he said he was going to get started on it this week, but that's kind of how machinists go. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm continuing to work on the adapter. I actually had somebody give me an adapter for a different transmission than the one I have, so that kind of throws things up in the air a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the updates on this thing. The next thing that I want to do before winter is get the pedals swapped in it. And that's pretty much it. That'll conclude the 4runner project for the winter. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you're still following along. I am still plugging along at the project. I just don't have any real updates. I just kind of piss around with it every once in a while. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer.